Why relationship problems never make sense. In this video, I'm going to share with you why that is and a relationship success secret for improving relationships. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dom and I help people to step into their truth and power. Why relationship problems never make sense. That's what we're going to talk about today, and I look forward to sharing a little bit of a relationship success secret with you. As many of you know, I worked in corporate IT for over 25 years before doing this line of work. And during that time, I was really taught and encouraged to look at things logically and to base many of my decisions from that place of logic in my mind. That worked really well for me for many years, especially at work. And so naturally, I brought that part of me into my personal relationships too. But over the years, I began to discover that who I was being in my logical mind didn't work so well in my personal relationships outside of work. People often felt judged by me. Even though that wasn't my intention, it seemed to happen anyway. This especially came into my awareness after my divorce and as my kids started to communicate with me and with each other. You know, our kids are an amazing blessing. They learn primarily by watching and listening to their parents. And so it was quite an awakening for me to realize what I was sounding like when my oldest son began to reflect that way of behavior back to me or his little brother. Holy moly. I would see and I would witness him communicating with his little brother, and he sounded just like me. And his little brother immediately felt judged, or that he had a problem that his brother was trying to fix, a problem about him that his brother was trying to fix. That's when I realized that relationships are heart-based. And when we are in our head-based energy in our relationships, this is when we feel the judgment. His little brother didn't want to be judged, and he didn't want to be fixed. What he wanted was to be heard and understood. That doesn't require any critical thinking. It requires feeling more connected and being more heart-oriented. The really cool thing is that I got it. I finally got it, and I got it while they were still young. I understood that my come from was usually more oriented from my brain. I discovered that my come from had to be more oriented from my heart in my personal relationships. And truth be told, that was a scary proposition because my heart didn't always make sense to my logical head. I couldn't always logically explain why I was feeling a certain way. And sometimes I struggled with communicating my feelings into actual words. But I also discovered that before I could change my come from towards others, I had to change it with myself first. My come from my heart. I had to change it with myself first. The greatest impact of this happening was when my dad passed unexpectedly. I felt him pass. My dad spoke to me and I spoke to him. There wasn't any brain involved. It was pure heart. I felt his love in a way that I never experienced before. There was no facade. There was no ego. Just heart. Pure heart and love. It really woke me up to who I needed to be more often. I needed to first show up that way for myself. I am really hard on myself, especially when I experience failure or make mistakes. I needed to let go of the idea of making everybody else happy first by meeting their expectations and first do what would make me happy. To begin having compassion for myself. Have I been perfect? Hell no. I'm as human as you are. I still sometimes make poor judgments. I still sometimes react instead of respond. But what I do know is that I'm improving and I'm continuing to work on bettering myself in this way. To live and breathe more in the present moment and with more wisdom and with more space and grace from my heart for my own heart and then for others around me too. Since working on this, I feel so much more sensitive to judgment now. I see it, but I can feel it even more. I dislike it immensely. It's actually become a hot button of mine that when pushed, I've had to learn how to dial myself way, way down because I've discovered that other people's judgments are not about me. But most often, it's a reflection of some kind of struggle that is going on in that person. I've had to practice getting out of my mind and out of my own judgment and more into my own heart. I've had to practice the art of breathing, the art of listening more and speaking less. I've had to practice calming my mind to give my heart an opportunity to speak with compassion. Our minds have a tendency to be thinking about what they want to say before the other person even has finished speaking. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but this hasn't been easy. Slowing ourselves down to listen more and speak less and to not react but respond takes a shit ton of practice, especially with those people who are closest in relationship to you. It doesn't come naturally to most people. But when you get into practice of this and you create an awareness around it, you'll notice a shift begin to take place in the relationships of your life. And so to help you, I've created a short 10 to 12 minute meditation exercise that I've created for myself that actually works. It's not so much of a meditation, but a 10 to 12 minute visualization I've simply named Calm the Mind. When you listen to Calm the Mind, I actually walk you through a visualization to quiet your mind so you can have an opportunity to experience being more present with less distraction. I've done this exercise with countless clients, many who've claimed that they couldn't do this kind of thing before, but they were able to do this. And I believe it's because this isn't so much of a meditation exercise, but more of a visualization experience, and it's been really powerful for them. The Calm Your Mind exercise is free to listen to and experience, so I've put the link in the description box for you below, so go check it out. So I'm curious, what are you feeling right now after watching this video? In your relationship problems, have you been more head-oriented or heart-oriented? What do you need to do more of to become more heart-oriented? And what might you need to let go of? Share in the comments below. This isn't easy peasy stuff, and I want to be able to support you and encourage you however possible. And if this video helped you in any way, I'm inviting you to like and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming out to support you. But more importantly, if you would like to pay it forward, share this video with just one person who you think would benefit from watching this. Until I connect with you again for my next video, stay well, stay healthy, and stay empowered.